Hello, everybody. So this is our continuation of F5 ASM, that is web. So today we'll try to understand what is cookie tampering and poisoning attack, guys. That is very, very important to understand. So we are covering all the attacks one by one. And once we finish our theory part, then we'll try to implement the things in the lab. Okay. And we'll see live also like how we can mitigate these types of attack with the help of F5 ASM, that is called Web Applications Firewall. Before starting it, guys, I have started my batch. So there are two batches going on my weekend. First one for checkpoint and second one for F5, LTM, and DNS. So if anyone interested to join live training, so there is batch going on weekends for F5 and checkpoints. Timing is like for F5, timing is like 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. in the morning, and checkpoint timing is 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. At the evening, guys. Okay. So if anyone interested to join personal training, live training, you can ping me in the comment sections, and I will try to share my details, and we can communicate there. Okay, perfect, guys. So let's move forward for our topics. So what is cookie tampering and poisoning attack, guys? So before understanding this attack, we should be aware about what is cookies basically. What is cookies? Let me try to explain here, guys. I'm trying to explain cookies normal, like what is cookies, and then I will try to explain how F5 play a vital role in case of cookies profile, guys. We can say like in F5 there are some types of profile, like we have source address persistence profile. We have cookies profiles. In cookies we have some type like insert, rewrite, and passive. So don't worry about it. Here just try to focus what is cookies. Okay. So let's consider this is client, guys. This is the client, and this is the application servers. Okay, just consider this is the client, and this is your application server, right? So when communication happen between the client and the application server, guys, so this is the request which will be sent from client side, and then client server is going to be send a response back to the client. Okay. So when server is sending reply back to the client, it will insert the cookies also. It send the details of the cookies, and in including the user informations, maybe unique ID, like your login credential, like username, password. So your details is created by server as a cookies, and it will send to client to install in their browsers. Okay, let's consider user. This is the client, and he's trying to access application server, and he's using its username, guys, and then password. Okay, what will server will do? Server will send in response, while sending response to the client. Server is going to send the that cookies, guide, including client informations. And when next time this client come to the server, application servers, our web application server is not going to authenticate again, because when next time this will come to the application server, it will come with the cookies, and on the basis of cookies, whatever sorry, on the basis of cookies, guys, this application server is going to recognize it, and it is not going to be authenticate again. And whatever the details, whatever the contents client is accessing from application server, it is going to send to the client, guys. So this is how cookies work, and how cookies helpful in the productions, guys. Let me give little bit more about cookies, just in case of F5, guys. So let's consider this is our client, guys. This is F5, and this is your application server. Okay. In cookies, if you are using the insert type, insert profile, so we have the source address persistent profile, we have cookies profile. In cookies, we have insert, and then rewrite and passive. So let's consider insert cookies. Okay. What will happen when client is trying to access something? We can say like application which is hosted behind our F5 load balancer, guys. Okay. When response sent to the server to the F5, and when F5 sending response back to the client, it is going to be create one cookies, guys, including pool and pool member details, pool and pool member details, and it's going to be installed on the client web browser. So when this client come again to access the same applications, F5 has already the details of this client. Okay, like in previous time, this client is handled by server one, which is hosted behind our load balancers. So when this request come again to the F5, F5 is going to be identify with the help of cookies, guys, and it will send the request to the server one, which is hosted behind our backend load balancers. So this is how cookies work in the devices. So now it is clear to everybody. Sometimes, guys, when we access any applications, we know you generally got some pop-up. Please accept the cookies, reject the cookies. That is sent by the server, sent by the application server to install in your browser. And when next time you try to access the same application, guys, your authentication will not happen on the application server. It is going to be bypass the authentications and send the required details, whatever you have requested through that Git. Like we are requesting something like home pages, some content from the application servers. It is not going to be authenticated. It is going to bypass your authentication in next steps. So this is how cookies work in the devices, guys. I hope you guys got a little bit idea overview about cookies, because it is very, very important to understand cookies before understanding cookies tampering and poisoning attacks. If you don't know the cookies, we can't understand these attacks, guys. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now let's understand what is cookie tampering and poisoning attack, hijacking sessions, guys. So let's understand here. So this is the client. Okay. And this is the web server, guys. So what will happen when client requests some things from the web application server? Application server is going to be sent as a response, including the cookies. In cookies, it will contain the details of this user, like username, password, and it is going to be installed on this client browsers. Maybe man in the middles who is seated here, attacker is seated here, attacker is seated here, guys. And when application server is sending a response to the client, including cookies, man in the middles can get modify of that cookies, do some modification in the cookies, and then attacker is initiate the connections towards our application server. Maybe he'll do modification and he will request some things for that he is not authorized for. This is an attacker is not authorized for to access that content from the application server, and which is hosted behind our F5. And here just remove here, just forget about F5 years, just understands attacker is going to modify our cookies, which is sent by the server towards client, and he will request some things to the application server. For that, he is not authorized. Okay. So while doing this attacker can get some more details, some sensitive details or other stuffs from the web application servers, right? So this is called hijacking sessions. This is called cookie tampering. We are doing some attacker is doing something modification in the middles in response packets. An attacker is going to be start the connections from here, and server will understand. Okay, this request will come from this client, but no, this is the attacker who is sitting in the middle. Okay, so this is how we can attacker can hijack the session, guys, and this is called cookie tampering and poisoning attacks. Okay, I hope it is clear for everybody. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, guys. So with the help of our ASM, guys, ASM that is called WAP, we can mitigate and avoid such types of attacks in the productions. If you use our F5 devices and if you're using the models like ASM that is called WAP, we can mitigate these types of attacks in the productions. So that is called uh, this is the beauty of ASM WAP, guys. Other vendor also using the features, but I'm explaining on the basis of F5 only. Okay. But the concept, why whatever I explain, it is applicable for everywhere, everywhere. It is not a vendor specific, guys, like cookie tampering attack and poisoning attack. It is not a vendor specific. It is applicable for everybody. Sorry, everywhere. This concept is applicable for everywhere. Okay. The way of configuration handling is different as per vendor by vendor. Okay. Like in F5 or maybe Citrix and other platform, maybe you are using some cloud web platform. Okay. Perfect. So this is about cookie tampering poisoning attack, guys, and with the help of ASM, we can mitigate it. So that's it for this session, guys. So if you like this post, guys, please share, like, subscribe, share to the needed people who want to build a career in this field. I hope this session has been informative for everybody. Okay, and let's meet on the next session with some new content. And thank you very much, and thanks for your time, and thanks for watching, and have a nice day ahead, guys.